After weeks of investigating and research, we finally have figured out who we believe the big Dogecoin wallet belongs to. Why were they trying to keep it a secret for so long? Why were they trying so hard to stop us from finding out? All of this is about to be revealed in this documentary, and some of the most powerful people in the world are about to be called out. Take a look at these numbers because they are important pieces of information in solving this mystery. You can see the first purchase from the major Dogecoin wallet was all the way back on February 5th, 2019. February 5th, 2019, the big wallet purchased 100 Doge. Then the first time they sold was 100 Doge on February 10th, 2019, only 5 days later. So the biggest Dogecoin wallet went buy 100, sell 100, buy 11,000, sell 9,000. Then all the way from that to randomly on the 12th, on February 12th, only 7 days after their first purchase of 100 Doge, they then decided to buy over 1 billion Doge. 1 billion, that was the first major purchase from that wallet. In total, this wallet has bought over 43 billion Doge and sold approximately 7 billion Doge. So a massive amount of bought and a massive amount of sold. Here's where it gets interesting. The original money currently in this wallet has actually spent time in 3 separate wallets. They tried their best to cover up the tracks, but some footprints are just too big to hide, especially if they are left by a monster. June 26, 2018, an address by the name of DQA5 starts making small deposits into a cold storage wallet. Those were tests to make sure it was working. Activity on that wallet remained large for about 2 months. Then on September 5th, DQA5 was abandoned as over 4 billion Doge are moved to a new address. That address is known simply as DMZY. Rather than a cold storage wallet like DQA5, DMZY functions as a hot wallet, meaning it is used to access third-party exchanges. One thing to keep in mind is that DQA5 and DMZY were both prepped in almost exactly the same way. All of this information is important, but the conclusion I'm about to reveal is groundbreaking. Here is where we finally see the connection made. 7 months after DMZY first became active, the DH5 wallet is created. That wallet, DH5, is the one we now know today as the world's largest Dogecoin wallet. It currently has over 36 billion Doge. Just like DQA5 and DMZY, DH5 was prepped in a very similar way beforehand. That is why we saw the 100 in and 100 out, as well as the 11,000 in and 9,000 out that I showed you at the beginning of this documentary. Then on February 12th and February 13th is when the big move happens. Approximately 9 billion Doge are transferred from DMZY into DH5 over those 2 days. DH5 continues to follow the ebbs and flows of the market almost too well, seeming to always sell right around when it drops and always buy right around when it goes up. All of that seems a little mysterious because you'd think, wouldn't the person buying it want to hold on to it for the long run if they were buying that much? Why would they then be selling and buying at such a high rate? But it's all about to make sense. I'm really excited to get to this climax here because I have some massive new information that I cannot wait to reveal. But make sure that you're subscribing with notifications on, because on this channel, I want to do more investigative work like this and get to the bottom of some of these cases. The people in power need to be exposed sometimes, and with your help, with you subscribing to this channel, that allows me to be able to go after some of them and get to the bottom of some of the most important cases that need to be solved. Now it is time to release the identity of the big Dogecoin wallet. Are you ready? We now know that DQA5 switched to DMZY, which then went to DH5. So let's look all the way back when the first major purchases started from the original wallet, DQA5. The date they started is July 16th, 2018. Sound familiar? Well, it should, because July 16th, 2018 is the first day that Robinhood started allowing trading of Dogecoin on their platform. The prep looked similar each time. The market activity lined up a bit too well. A lot of the movement in and out of the wallet seemed very corporate, but why keep it a secret? This is where it really gets shady. Robinhood has kept this a secret for so long because they do not want you to know and be able to see all of the stuff they are doing behind the scenes. Remember when they turned off the trading and stopped the spike from reaching 10 cents? I wonder why they would do something like that. Perhaps because they did not want it to go up too high before they were able to buy in and get a large amount. They did buy a large amount right as that was happening, but of course, they did not want you to be able to make those profits. They wanted to still be making all of the money by buying early. So they stopped it to prevent it from going up too high before they had to buy back in again. That is why they stopped the spike. But what about all of the weird numbers and coded messages going in and out the wallet? Well, that can be explained too. The wallet is accessible by people all around the world, so random people were sending in certain amounts to the wallet. That's why you always saw the money coming in and you didn't see the money coming out, because those people can't sell money from the wallet, but they can put money into it. So that's why we saw those coded messages and weird things going in and out the wallet. Keep in mind though, it's also possible that the person responsible for the Robinhood purchases could have also been sending some coded messages. So some of them could be real, but most of them are most likely just random people all across sending in certain amounts as a prank or as a joke. It's interesting to look back and see that now, because it was so weird to watch those numbers come in. Now though, we have a very clear picture of exactly what's going on. I do also have to say, for legal purposes, that everything in this video is speculation. All of it is just evidence, and you can make the decision as to whether it's actually Robinhood or not. Technically, it's still possible. All of this could be a coincidence. Maybe it's not Robinhood. I have to say that for legal purposes. But you saw the evidence, you can decide for yourself. Is Robinhood doing shady stuff? Is all of this that's going on behind the curtain something that needs to be exposed? Personally, I think it is. So if you want to subscribe with notifications on, so I can keep doing more investigative work like this, that would definitely be appreciated. And if you want to support this work and more work like it on Patreon, you're welcome to go to the link in the pinned comment or the link in description and show your support through Patreon. The Patreon community and the community on Discord through the Patreon was hugely helpful in figuring out a lot of this information. A lot of people on Reddit were very helpful as well. I could not have done it alone. Together though, we were able to get to the bottom of some of this, and I believe we now have the answer as to who owns the biggest Dogecoin wallet. Technically, there's still more mystery that needs to be solved. I will be making update videos on this as we continue to get more information out. But Robinhood, it's your move now. It is your turn to come out and admit that this is your wallet. It's over for you. Robinhood, come out, admit it, take the blame for some of the things you've done, because you deserve the blame. Robinhood, now is the time. If you would like any sort of forgiveness, come out and just admit the truth. That is the best thing you can possibly do right now. Also, based on my calculations, what that means is that the Dogecoin whales only have approximately 10% of the supply, and a lot of the other ones, a lot of the other top wallets are also exchanges. So keep that in mind. Elon Musk may really need to see this video. A lot of the exchanges are keeping it private. I think if those exchanges are not going to come out right now, what I'm going to do is push very hard to have there be laws in place that exchanges actually have to reveal which wallets are theirs. That should be the law. Exchanges should not be allowed to keep that private. Individuals should be allowed to keep it private. Exchanges, though, should not be allowed to keep it private. All of that needs to be public, and everyone needs to see it. I said since the beginning on my channel that I'm going to be working really hard for the people and doing everything in my power to use the influence I'm being given to help us and help our community. I really meant that, and I'm going to continue to do that moving forward. Keep in mind, Elon Musk really needs to see this, so if you want to send it to him on Twitter or on social media, make sure you're sharing it. We need Elon Musk to watch this, and Elon, if you're watching right now, thank you so much for all you've continued to do for the world. You've done a lot of amazing things, and you're not done yet. You're just getting started. So much more can happen, so many more things that we need to expose. We need to work together to make sure we're holding people in power accountable. So thank you so much, Elon, for all you've done. If you want to come on the show and just talk for a little bit, we don't even have to talk about Dogecoin. I would just love to talk to you for a little bit and say thank you personally for all the things and all the amazing work that you've been doing. I'm so excited about this channel for the future. It is so amazing how fast this channel has grown, and as it continues to grow more, I'm going to have more influence that I can use to stand up for us and stand up for what's right. I'm not afraid to call out those in power. I'm not afraid to stand up to them. Even if there are some consequences, I'm prepared to accept those, because I am going to continue moving forward on all of the stuff. And when I see injustice, when it comes to the people in power versus us, I'm going to call it out every single time and expose it. So for all of you in power, you better be watching out and you better be careful, because I will come for you and I will stop you and I will expose exactly what you're doing. From now on, the people need to be the ones holding those in power accountable, not the other way around. I'm Matt Wallace, this is Final Stand, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.